Right, I have no idea how this video is going to turn out, but 90% of you wanted it, so don't blame me if it's rubbish. But in today's video, guys, we are going to be doing a garage makeover. I have never done this before. As you can tell, I mean, the place is an absolute hole. This used to be a commercial workshop before I got it a few years ago, and I haven't done anything to it apart from put a ramp in it. So yeah, it is well overdue a makeover. I'll show you the mess in the workshop because, let's be honest, it's a cleaning video and you want to see it before and after. So I have done a few bits like put a shelf here, which was nice and tidy, but now it's just crappy again. Yeah, I cleaned my workbench the other week, now it's crappy again. And there's just crap absolutely everywhere, as we can see. It's probably the worst it's been at the minute, purely because obviously splitting down the engine, so I've got a pallet with oil on it for the engine. I've got a few engine bits everywhere as well. I've taken the bits now from the R8 to the engine place to have them all hot flushed. I've got all my parts up there on that bench as well. I've just got boxes everywhere. I don't have a commercial bin here, so any waste I have, I can't put in a normal bin because it's all like parts and oily parts. So I just have to like collect it and put it in places and then order a skip, which is like 250 quid every so often, and just put it all in, which is why I have a build-up of just crap everywhere. Like I've just got a box of rubbish there. I can't put it in a normal bin. So yeah, I mean, that is one of the reasons why there is just mess everywhere. So yeah, today I want to kind of utilize all the space I've got, put some more things in containers, get them out of the way, the bits that I don't need for the moment. I have actually got another bench, which is down here. I started building it, but then they didn't send me that parcel, which turned up this morning. And this is a 2.5 meter bench, which is that. And I've got it here. So that will be a nice addition as well to put on the back wall probably. Yes, and basically just tidy up, and I want to paint the walls if I can. I think that'll make a massive difference because they're just, well, they're just absolutely filthy and an off cream colour. So if I paint them white, that should look better. I do have floor paint. I don't know whether I'm going to have time in this video to be able to paint the floor because I've just got too much crap everywhere. I might just try and paint a section, see what it looks like, and then, yeah, do that. But to give you an idea, in here, behind here, I have a load of floor paint that sat there for about 2 years that I bought to paint this floor. So that's how long ago I was meant to do this. But yeah, definitely time for a spruce up. Right, I think I'm going to start. Luckily, it's not raining today, so I'm going to start by getting the M2 out the workshop, and then I think I'm going to start putting things that I don't need for the moment in a container, just so it frees up a bit more space. And yeah, we'll just go from there. Basically, see what happens. So I'll stick on a time lapse and see where it takes us. Right, so I've managed to clear up a lot of the TVR stuff, like the wheels and all the parts, and I've put them in the container. Now, for those of you asking for a TVR update, I mean, I'm sure you'll appreciate this is a massive project. It's unlike any one I've done, and it will be a full nut and bolt restoration. So I'm not in any, I mean, this is a car that I'm going to keep, so it's not one that I plan to sell in the future. So this will be a long-term project car, and it's not like other cars where I can buy it, pump a relatively small amount of money into fixing and then selling it straight away. This will be, I imagine it's going to cost between 15 and 20 grand to restore this thing. I mean, it might even be a lot more than that, I don't know, but it's way more than any other car that I've got. So to have that sort of money, I need to build it up. So yeah, this is a long-term car, so don't worry, it isn't going anywhere, but it is going to be literally perfect when I'm done with it. And I mean like show car perfect. The only thing that I plan to actually change from like a factory is the ECU. So I actually want this to run on a new ECU, independent ECU, because I know the old one, we had problems with the wiring, plus they're not very good, they don't run very well, and they're not very efficient on the standard ECU. So I want a standalone one to control the engine, to give me more horsepower, better reliability, etc. So that's the only thing I really plan to change from factory, but other than that, it is going to be Now I was going to give a massive thanks to YFood who have kindly sponsored today's video. Now if you don't know about YFood, you should, because they've been sponsoring the channel for over 2 years now, and I've been using them constantly for those 2 years. They are a meal replacement drink, not to be confused with a diet shake. The bottles contain around 500 calories and the powder contains around 400 calories. They have 26 different vitamins and minerals in, and they're designed to replace a meal, whether it be lunch, breakfast, dinner. Now they are really handy for like days, weeks like this where I'm constantly on the go trying to get this workshop done, haven't had time to stop for lunch, so I can quickly just grab a bottle, drink it as I'm going. I've actually had 3 over the last 3 days. And one of them was fresh berry and the other one was classic cocoa. Now they don't actually do, in my opinion, a bad flavour. There's loads of different flavours to choose from. And they are lacto-free, they are gluten-free, high in fibre, high in protein, and no added sugar. Now, if you haven't used YFood before, guys, I recommend you try the starter kit, and I'll put a link in my description where you can go over, check the website out, and use my discount code as well for an extra 10% off. I'll put my discount code on the screen here. So as always, a massive thanks to YFood who continue to support the channel and give you videos like these and the ones coming forward. So don't worry, good things come to those who wait. And the engine for the TVR as well. I'm not going to touch this myself because I don't know much about it and I don't want to delve too far into it. So I'm going to get this fully rebuilt by someone else. So yeah. So moving on to the back wall, I've got a few more TVR bits there, or the rear diff. I'm going to put that in the container. The 2 charge pipes from the RS6, I'm going to put that in the RS6, that's out of the way. And then this rack here will purely be S3 stuff and the R8 stuff. And I'll tidy up the top bits as well. And we've got some wheel arch liners for the VRS, under trays for the RS6, so I'll put those in the container as well, so they're just out the way. Tidy up this back wall completely. GTI exhaust, I'll put that in the container as well. So we're getting there. I've just pulled, as you can see, I've pulled the shelving units from there and there away from the wall. And I've just used a brush. First of all, I had to take about 40 nails out the wall. I don't know why, they're just hammered into the wall everywhere. So I've taken all them out and I've used a nice soft brush and just brushed all the cobwebs down and basically cleaned the wall without physically cleaning it. But it's all like dust free now and cobweb free. So I have just got to go and pick up some masonry paint. I've just gone for white. I was going to go for like a light grey, but I've done it to like affect the lighting in the workshop. I mean, I have no idea about lighting or anything like that, but I thought the lighter the colour, just the better for lighting. So I've just gone for a white, and I'm going to paint up to the lights. I don't think above that needs to be done. I'm not sure. I'm going to paint up to the lights and see what it looks like. But yeah, I've just got to go pick it up. I'm going to paint the walls all around here and up to the ramp here. So basically this workshop restoration is going to take a lot longer than I thought, and as usual I've started doing it, and then the more I've done it the more I've gone, well, I'm going to do that as well, might as well do that as well. So I'm now balls deep in this. So yeah, we'll continue. Yeah, so I've just been cracking on, as you can see by the time lapses, and I've majorly underestimated. Sorry, I'm tired. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. I've come in. I've majorly underestimated how long this is going to take, which is why I'm in at 4 AM on a Sunday. Now I've just finished painting up the walls. I'm just doing this section, so where the ramp is, I'm doing sort of this quarter of the workshop. So I've just done the walls, put everything back, all the shelving back, done me double coat, done all the touch-ups at the top. So that is all fine. I've now just sweeped the floor, which has taken forever. I can't really get a jet wash in here and wash the floor like I'd want to. So I've just spent like 45 minutes sweeping the floor to get as much dust off as possible. And now I am just about ready to paint, yeah, this quarter of the workshop. So yeah, I hope the floor paint goes down well. No, I have no idea how long it's going to take to dry. Obviously I want to come in tomorrow and then move things over to this side to then paint a next third of the workshop. So yeah, just really hope it dries in 24 hours. So yeah, so let's crack on. Right, my skip's finally turned up. And now I'm just going to beat it up. Move. Move. There we go. I might have just put a hole in it. Yay, so now I can start chucking all this crap away. And yeah, I've just made one massive error of judgment, and that is, so obviously floors paint, I did it on Sunday morning, so it's now Monday morning, so it's pretty much 24 hours since I painted the floor. It is like, it's tacky, so it is tacky, but I don't get any paint on my finger, so yeah, that's okay. But reading the back of the tin, the coating is fully dried after seven days. I really think I should have probably read that before I tried painting the floor. And what doesn't help, it's now cold again this week, so it's like 5 degrees, which I'm sure is not helping either. So I don't really know what to do now. And very annoyingly, I don't know how, but ever since this windscreen has been on this, well, windscreen holder, can't remember what it's called now, I've managed to get a crack going all the way, I don't know if you can see it, but it goes all the way down there and even branches off here. So I have no idea how I've managed to get a crack in the screen. It wasn't there when it was removed. I mean, there's been nothing heavy on this at all. The heaviest thing that's been on it is literally the headlining, which weighs 2 kilos, so brilliant. Wasted another couple of £100 on a new screen. And after 4 days, I think I'm about done. Well, as much as I can do anyway. So let's just go over it quickly. Now, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but I'm not going to paint the rest of the floor. 2 reasons. One, because I don't have 5 or 6 days where I can't be in the workshop. And the other one is because of the temperature. Obviously, it's really cold this week in the UK. It's 2 to 3 degrees max during the day. And that's just going to add like another 2, 3, possibly even more days onto the drying time of the floor. Now, the floor over here is like touch dry. in places. I have managed to walk on it over there, but there's still loads of places where it's sticky, and this is day 4, I believe, 3 or 4 of laying this or painting the floor, and it's still not dry. So yeah, I don't want to take the risk yet and paint the rest of it. So I'm going to wait until I maybe have got a long weekend off and the temperature's a bit warmer, and I'll paint the rest of the workshop. But everything else, all the walls are painted. Everything else is, yeah, a lot. It's made the workshop a lot bigger. Obviously I can't move the TVR yet, which is why it's kind of abandoned there. The frame puller will go back in that corner. The TVR will go back in that corner. The R8 engine I've left there for the moment because I've got nowhere to put it and I need to start working on it in the next day or two. So might as well just leave it there for the moment. So yeah, obviously that will be out the way, but the workshop has opened up a lot more and there's a lot more space. All the parts down here that I had for the R8 I've put under the bench here. So all the R8 parts there, and I've put a few trims up on the top there as well. Guess what that bumper's for? So that'll be a video coming up next, and that is what I'll be actually starting working on after this video. Organise the toolbox. That shelving unit there I do need to just go through quickly, so I'm going to do that after this video. But other than that, I mean S3 gearbox as well. Don't know where to put it for the moment. I was just going to tuck it out there at the way, but obviously got to wait for the floor to dry. And that barrel as well I am going to get rid of, but it's full of, I don't actually know what. It's been here ever since I've been here, so I'm just going to get rid of it. I need to get the forklift in here though to get it out. So yeah, that is the garage overhaul video, guys, and it actually, if you can hear, it echoes slightly in here, so that just goes to show how much I've cleared out. So yeah, that is the end of today's video, guys. I do hope that anyone who's unsubscribed will now resubscribe because of the workshop mess, and anyone that didn't subscribe because of the mess now subscribes to Saving Salvage. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this pleases everyone who are OCD with the cleanliness. Yeah, it's definitely improved it for me as well. Let's just see how long it lasts. Cheers, guys.